So let's get to this MLB pitch clock. Now, if you've listened to me over the past year or so since MLB announced at the end of last season that there was going to be a pitch clock implemented, you have listened to the interviews I have had with Sean Fitzgerald and Joey Schneider and Brandon Labrador, among others, about this pitch clock. We all sort of universally agreed that the pitch clock, the bigger bases, the banning the shift, was not going to get new fans into baseball, and we did not like these rule changes. But I gotta say, specifically about the pitch clock, I actually think I was already wrong about Major League Baseball and their pitch clock. Now, I do think it's a little bit too fast. I think the nobody on base where it's set at 15 seconds, I think is a little bit too fast. I would like to see it where you have 20 seconds no matter what, whether it's somebody on base or not without a base, because I think 20 seconds is the perfect time. Batters being in the box in 8 seconds, I thought there was going to be a huge problem with it. It doesn't seem to be the case. There is more action, which they're saying banning the shift had something to do with it. I personally think you're taking away strategy from the game. But you know what? In 10 years, really, nobody's going to even know what the shift is. And I think that that's what baseball is trying to go for. And listen, I've been wrong plenty of times, and I've come on here and admitted when I'm wrong. And even just watching the Cleveland Guardians, who are now, 4-1 after the first 5 games, but they are a team that can barely usually hit in April, and they have the same lineup that they did last year, and they hit mostly base hits, not a lot of home runs, and they're getting 12 runs a game. Saying that, now sometimes they're only getting 2 or 3, and sometimes their pitching gives them 11 runs, sometimes their pitching gives them 0 runs. So I don't know if there's a correlation between the pitch clock and more runs scored. I think it has to do with the comfortability of a pitcher in that pitch clock. If a pitcher has a longer windup, they may be rushing things, or maybe more balls thrown down the plate, and that may be what's creating the more action. You've already seen, I think, balls, specifically from left-handed batters hit on the right side of the infield and then being base hits instead of automatic outs because of that shift ban. And we all knew that this was going to happen. It is cutting down the game by about 30 minutes or something, which is significant. And I did not think that I would like this pitch clock. I've always said baseball is a sport that's designed for the pitcher to stare down the hitter, for the batter to adjust their gloves, for baseball to take time. But if they're still doing all of this and you're cutting 30 minutes out of the action, I think it is good for the sport. And, overall, I'm not sure about the bigger bases. They're saying it's resulting in more stolen bases. I think it's mostly just because of the non-shift, because of the shift ban, I should say, and then the pitch clock rushing people. I don't think it necessarily has to do with the bigger bases, but some of you baseball geeks out there can correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, I think I'm already wrong about the pitch clock. I think there needs to be minor tweaks to it. I think, again, you can put it at 20 seconds. I think 15 seconds is way too short. We're seeing already guys get called for that clock, and they have been very adamant about it. When it is 0, you better be in your windup or you're getting called for. It's not like the NFL delay a game situation where they give them like -1 or -2. No, it's being called immediately. And I think, it's going to take some time. It's going to take about a month or 2 for the pitchers to get used to it. But we'll see. If this leads to more scoring and then less time a game, that is the goal of baseball. Now, again, baseball is a non-contact sport. So I'm not sure if it's ever going to reach the popularity of the NFL or the NBA. But if it does bring casuals back to the sport, then good for Rob Manfred, good for baseball. I'll be completely happy about it. The question is going to be, I think a lot of eyes are on the product right now because they want to see how things are working. It's a lot like Triple H coming in after Vince McMahon retired. when Triple H first started, people wanted to tune in to see if the show was different. And then Triple H gave us compelling angles that kept fans coming back. Will the pitch clock and will this action of baseball keep up to keep fans coming back? That is the question that we will have to find out as the season continues. Do you like that clip from the Brands World podcast? If so, make sure you go down there and hit that subscribe button. While you're down there hitting the subscribe button, make sure to also hit the notification bell so you never miss another upload. And make sure you check out all the other clips from the Brands World podcast right here on YouTube.